Championships. Our focus of attention is right here on Ring B, and that is the bout schedule for this 8th session of boxing, where we will have contests from the 57 kilogram featherweight, 63.5 kilogram light welterweight, and 71 kilogram light middleweight divisions. All of the contests taking place in the round of 32 as the boxers in action are seeking to remain in contention for a place on the podium and a share of that record-breaking prize pot of $8.3 million US.
Please welcome firstly into the red corner,
life-changing opportunities
the home nation,
up for grabs here.
The United Arab Emirates.
IBA Men's World Boxing Championships, remembering Belgrade in 2021. Gold medalist received $100,000. In Tashkent, the most recent edition prior to this, they received $200,000.
Blue corner representing the Republic of South Africa.
51 years after this tournament
Masibulele, SIGWELA
came into being in Havana in Cuba. $300,000 is what the gold medalists will earn. 50% for the boxer, 25% for the coach, and 25% for the federation. So these boxers who are in action here tonight, seeking to remain in contention for those considerable prizes and the glory which comes with making it through to the podium on the World Championship stage. Our first contest is in the 57 kilogram featherweight division, and it's between a local boxer from the United Arab Emirates, and that is 22-year-old Nawwaf ALZAHMI, and his opponent is Masibulele SIGWELA of South Africa. Just a reminder, we have the 10-point must system in effect. 5 judges seated around the boxing ring. All of their scores will be considered, and in the event that it is a 3-2 verdict, we will go to bout review, where the totals of the observer and the evaluator who are seated here in the arena will also be considered.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. This is action in the round of 32 in the men's 57 kilogram featherweight division. It's a contest between boxers from the United Arab Emirates and South Africa. The taller figure, just seeking to box his way out of the corner, is Nawwaf ALZAHMI. 22 years of age, part of a 2-man team from right here in the United Arab Emirates. The southpaw on the front foot has just been put on the end of a reverse 1-2 is Masibulele SIGWELA, 2024 national champion of South Africa. He's part of a 4-strong South African boxing team. 33 boxers make up the 57 kilogram featherweight bracket, so only one contest in the round of 64 is looking for a sneaky counter right hand from out of the blue corner is Nawwaf ALZAHMI. Just got a little bit disorganized. ALZAHMI coming in here having made a winning start to his professional career in April of this year. Got a unanimous point decision win over in Istanbul over 4 3-minute rounds. This is his second appearance at a World Championships, having competed in Tashkent 2 years ago. Just made to be a little, or made to become a little bit disorganized there, and is going from almost from corner to corner during the course of this opening round. So second consecutive World Championship appearance as he tries a corkscrew right hand, and he's acquired plenty of experience on the international stage. He's ringside at the Hongju Gymnasium to see him box in the Asian Games in a bid to try and qualify for the Paris Olympic Games through the Asian qualifier. Also participated in last year's under-22 championships for the Asian continent in Kazakhstan. Well, he's spending an awful lot of time on the ropes, and a southpaw left comes through. And by dipping his head so frequently, he's been docked a point in the opening round. So look, from the middle of the boxing ring, on the back foot he goes once again. His back touching the ropes once more. He's just limiting his movement with the ring craft that he's doing, and he's almost cowering and covering up when the incoming fire is being unloaded in his direction. Still 30 seconds to make it back to the corner. He is trying a sneaky right hand, and again, his head up in the air, picked off. Maybe he lands a right cross. But his ring craft, perhaps not what his coaches are expecting from him in this opening round, because he spent the majority of it on the ropes, and this comparatively compact little southpaw not keeping his head up, cowering when the punches are coming in, and he's been docked 2 points for not keeping his head up in the opening round. And look at that, retreating to the corner, standing straight up like a stick. And that has been a really difficult first round, and it's a rather dispirited figure making his way back to the red corner. Nawwaf ALZAHMI has got it all to do, because he surely conceded the opening round unanimously, and he's been docked 2 points for not keeping his head up. So it's a long way back into this one now. Now the infringement will be taken off the totals at the end. But he took up rather negative ring position almost from the outset. And if you are giving that impression, then that's just going to increase the confidence of your opponent. 2 10-8 scores returned.
Seconds out.
And SIGWELA in complete control after just 3 minutes of boxing.
Round 2.
So moving to the second round. And unless there's a dramatic change, well, as I say that, he's retreated back to the ropes again, and he's gone from one set of ropes to the other. And Nawwaf ALZAHMI, who's an experienced figure on the international scene, there he's trying to get the long right cross working. You can see he possesses a towering physique at 57 kilograms featherweight, and again under the incoming fire he's wilting to the canvas, he's taking a knee, and that is going to be a count. Well, I don't think this man's body language is particularly good here. It's not really inspiring confidence. So 2 warnings to deduct points. There he's trying a right cross once again, but when he's got this type of height and reach advantage over SIGWELA, why is he not shooting out the left jab? And he's stopping, looking for help from the ref. He's covering up under fire, and this is a rather negative display being produced by the man from the United Arab Emirates. He's wilted down to the canvas for a second time. It's been ruled a slip, but he's giving the impression he doesn't want to continue here. He was a dispirited man, seemingly, who made his way back to the red corner, and if he doesn't show the referee something, well, the contest is over. So a dominant performance from Masibulele SIGWELA, and you have to feel for Nawwaf ALZAHMI, just couldn't get it going tonight. This man set about him immediately from the opening bell, pushed him back to the ropes repeatedly, and he spent an awful lot of time covering up and almost cowering when the punches were coming in. And then took 2 counts in the second round, but again, he's looking for assistance there. And when he wilted to the canvas for the second time when under fire, well, the referee having no choice but to toll a count. And truth be told, once he took a knee for the second time, he didn't look particularly interested in continuing. Let's get the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, referee calls stop the contest in the second round. For your winner, in the blue corner representing South Africa, Masibulele SIGWELA.
So Masibulele SIGWELA, a second round stoppage winner in a contest that was filled with incident, because Nawwaf ALZAHMI of the United Arab Emirates was docked 2 points in the opening round for not keeping his head up. He spent the majority of the round in the corners, and then when the second round resumed, the negative ring position was taken up once again, and he was just inviting pressure. SIGWELA took full advantage, and after seeing 2 counts administered, the referee calling the contest off in round number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, on Ring B, we enter the 210th contest, which will be fought in the men's under 57 kilogram featherweight division. Introducing first the referee from Spain, Jose Juan Romero Hernandez. Please welcome firstly into the red corner representing Belarus, Dzianis SALOTSKIKH. And please welcome his opponent into the blue corner representing Papua New Guinea, Allan Aukoae.
So there is
Your
Dzianis
judges at ringside are from
25
Algeria,
years of age,
China,
over
Cuba,
in that red corner.
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Iraq.
His opponent is the man from Papua New Guinea, the 31-year-old Allan OAIKE.
Round one.
So we're underway then. 57 kilogram featherweight action in the round of 32, an all southpaw affair between boxers from Belarus and Papua New Guinea. The man wearing red is Dzianis SALOTSKIKH, 25 years of age, part of a 5-strong Belarusian boxing team, competing in his third consecutive World Championship tournament. Good right hook to the body by the southpaw wearing blue, and that is Allan OAIKE. His professional record to the ring. He made his debut in December 2024. His last contest was in July, and he's been match tough. His first 3 contests were all against undefeated boxers. He secured his first win last time out against an opponent who was 7-1. Competed in the Commonwealth Games in 2022 at 57 kilograms. He was a 2023 Pacific Games silver medalist. So good right hand slung into the body by OAIKE. Bobbing and weaving exaggeratedly in front of his man is SALOTSKIKH. Keeping him back towards the ropes and lands with a good southpaw right hook, but OAIKE fires straight back. So OAIKE looking to establish his longer right jab. Both men landing shots during the course of that trade-off. And he's keen to show the referee that they're not the man doing the holding. Kept the attack going with a 3-shot combination, and the final right jab did get through off the right, left, right salvo. Both men have been spoken to repeatedly about keeping their head up, presenting different angles by circling around the clock face. Is SALOTSKIKH. Oh, that's a beautiful counter right hand out of the southpaw stance by SALOTSKIKH. Made his man miss and then made him pay. Now we've talked about the fact that he's been spoken to repeatedly about keeping his head up, and Dzianis SALOTSKIKH has been docked a point for failing to keep his head up. There's a wonderful reverse 1-2, left cross, right jab from OAIKE. Both men digging hard shots into the body. Dzianis looking for the right hook downstairs, but OAIKE meeting him with straight shots of his own. Good left cross from Dzianis, countered immediately by a backhand from OAIKE. Cracking backhand once again from Dzianis, the final scoring shot of the round. A terrific round filled with two-way action and incident, because Dzianis SALOTSKIKH has been docked a point for failing to keep his head up. Very close round indeed, where the two southpaws each enjoyed success in their preferred territory. Cracking left cross and a reverse 1-2 from Dzianis, but then straight shot from OAIKE was countered immediately by a lead right hook. Wonderful skill in evidence from both boxers at the end or during a very competitive round, and it's SALOTSKIKH who has taken it on a 3-2 split.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So straight away, both men sprinting out to center ring and looking to stake a claim to ring center. Beautiful left cross once again from SALOTSKIKH. It's two-way action once more. First and third boxing from SALOTSKIKH. It's given the better of that exchange because OAIKE enjoyed success in it as well. He goes reaching for the left cross once again. Didn't quite take his feet with him, and that's why they momentarily came off the canvas. So can the taller figure, Allan OAIKE, just draw his man in onto one of those shots, because that was rather telegraphed and easily evaded that roundhouse southpaw left. And again, SALOTSKIKH has been spoken to in no uncertain terms about keeping his head up. There's a cracking right hook, just catching OAIKE as he sought to get himself out of the pocket. Real game of cat and mouse, this one. Disruptive right jab from OAIKE has brought about a standing count for SALOTSKIKH. SALOTSKIKH can't believe it because he thought he had success during what was a trade-off at center ring, but his leg came off the canvas, the referee intervening immediately and issuing a standing count. Now again, in Olympic-style boxing, that will not necessarily result in a 10-8 round. And for a big backhand was OAIKE. But SALOTSKIKH was the most surprised person here at the arena, because he thought the count was going the other way. But it has been issued against him. But again, there's still lots of time left, and we've seen rounds where a count is given and that boxer can still take a share of the round or indeed win the round in IBA 3-round boxing. If this was in the pros, it would probably be an automatic 10-8 round. Assuming, of course, he sent the man to the floor, because standing counts don't exist in the pros. It's becoming rather untidy now, and OAIKE perhaps just losing his distance a little bit, smothering his own work, and you can see the height and reach advantage that he possesses. There he scores with a good jab to the body on resumption. Tries to bring the right hook upstairs, but his left cross becoming a little bit circuitous now. It's coming around rather than shooting straight down the middle, and now it's Allan OAIKE's turn to get a point deduction for not keeping his head up. So the point deductions have cancelled out one another. There was a point off in round 1 for SALOTSKIKH, point off in round 2, each for the same infringement, and there's the bell to conclude the round, a round where I happen to think that the man in red did the better work despite taking a standing count. And again, in IBA style 3-round boxing, that won't necessarily mean that he's lost the line, he's lost the round. But it was incredibly tight. But having said all that, how closely will the judges consider the knockdown? And that's when he was heading back to the corner, thinking the count was going the other way. And look at that, it's Allan OAIKE who has taken the second round. So we are absolutely deadlocked. 19 points apiece for all 5 scoring judges as we head into the final stanza.
Seconds out. Your third and final round.
So we move into the third and final round. And this contest has been compacted into a 3-minute shootout because the bobbing, weaving figure, Dzianis Zalotsky, edged the first round on a 3-2 split, and he's taken a standing count now because of a beautiful southpaw shot that caught him as he was looking to load up. So we've had a point deduction each way. We've had a standing 8 count each way. There's absolutely nothing between these two boxers. And that's including on the scorecards because each of them were all square, 1 point apiece, 19 points apiece with 3 minutes remaining. Left hand was a successful shot for Allan OAIKE. Zalotsky just looking to draw that lead that he can counter. Big swing and a miss with the right hook from Allan OAIKE, and again he's got to maintain his shape and his control of distance here. So can OAIKE is back towards the ropes. He's taking 2 right hands in a row, followed by a left hook on the inside. He digs down to the body to show the referee and indeed his opponent that he is still very much in the contest here. There's another right hand which snaps his head back. He's got to get out of this confined position in the neutral corner. Bit of a forearm went in from Zalotsky, and he's roughing him up on the inside. Now Zalotsky can't push down on the head. OAIKE has got to try and keep his head up. Inaccurate with the right-left combination as he gets his way out of the corner. OAIKE leading off with the right-left combination, but was inaccurate. Can he draw the man onto the southpaw left? Rather telegraphing these combinations as cuffing punches getting through on the inside. Oh, that's a wonderful shot from Zalotsky. Corkscrew right hand followed by a hook around the corner. Allan OAIKE looking to counter. Oh, he's waiting too long and he's picked off by a southpaw backhand. Allan OAIKE can see he's trying to lure his man in, draw him on to his own work. Breaking the deadlock and landing with a successful body shot is Zalotsky. And I just think that this one's slipping away from Allan OAIKE because I'm not sure he's been busy enough. And with just over 20 seconds remaining, the man who has perhaps produced a more eye-catching work in what has been a very cagey round once again. Here's a good left hand which got through the defenses of Zalotsky from OAIKE. But has he done enough in this round? Looking to fire out the check right hook. Inaccurate on his forward foray. And I happen to think the man in red has done enough to nick that by virtue of the final round. But what say the 5 scoring judges? There is absolutely nothing between these two boxers. We had a point deduction each way, each man penalized for not keeping their head up. There was a count each way, one against Zalotsky, much to his surprise in round 2. And then one against OAIKE in round 3. And after Zalotsky edged the first round 3-2, it was OAIKE who edged the second round by the same score. But I think the man in red, Dzianis Zalotsky, did the far better work in the final round, and OAIKE perhaps guilty of waiting just a little too long. Let's get the official verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision, in the red corner representing Belarus, Dzianis Zalotsky.
So Dzianis Zalotsky taking the final round unanimously. That's how tight the scoring was. Remember, it was level pegging going into the third and final round. Each man deducted a point as well. And so it is Dzianis Zalotsky who goes through to face off against SIGWELA in the round of 16 in the men's 57 kilogram featherweight division. some of the action from the contest, and that was a really prominent punch for ZALOTSKIKH. Found the range consistently with his right jab in the third round. OAIKE perhaps waiting just a little too long with his attempted counters, and it's ZALOTSKIKH who goes through.
Ladies and gentlemen, on Ring B we enter the 211th contest in the elite men's 75 kilogram featherweight division. Introducing first your referee from Kazakhstan, Arman Berkitbayev. Please welcome firstly into the red corner representing Ghana, Emmanuel MAWULI. And his opponent in the blue corner representing Mongolia, Enkh-amar KHARKHUU. Your judges are as follows. From Algeria,
so there
Russia,
is the
China,
Ghanaian
Zimbabwe,
boxer
and Turkmenistan.
Emmanuel MAWULI over in the red corner, part of a three-man Ghanaian boxing team. And the 20-year-old preparing for his World Championship maiden outing here at Dubai 2025. His opponent is the experienced figure of Enkh-amar KHARKHUU, 33 years of age, for Mongolia.
Round one.
This 57 kilogram featherweight contest is between boxers from Ghana and Mongolia. The tall figure wearing red, just reaching for that right hand, is 20-year-old Emmanuel MAWULI, part of a three-strong Ghanaian boxing team, the Black Bombers. His opponent, wearing blue, is just scoring with a nice left jab to the body and overhand right against his taller opponent, is Enkh-amar KHARKHUU, 33 years of age. 6 men make up the Mongolian boxing team, and he competing in his third consecutive World Championship tournament. Now as an Olympian, the Games of Rio in 2016, he brings to the ring a perfect professional record, and perhaps more pertinently, he was the 2021 Asian Championships gold medalist at 56 kilograms. Heaps of experience, marvelous career, and he is looking to remain in contention for those precious podium places at the expense of MAWULI. So MAWULI looking to work the body, content to dig away with hooks despite possessing considerable advantage in height and reach. He too brings to the ring a professional record that is perfect. 13 wins out of 13. And 10 of them inside the distance for a 77% KO ratio. Made his debut in February 23. His last fight was in May of this year, but he's very much born into boxing. Started at 9 years of age as he uncoils a left hook, which just disorganized the southpaw stance of KHARKHUU a little bit. Scoring with a left hook to the body and then roundhouse left to the head is KHARKHUU. Just under a minute remaining in this opening round, as the switch hitting continues from KHARKHUU, now back as an orthodox boxer, the manner in which he started the bout. Varying his height nicely is KHARKHUU, scoring effectively with those straight punches downstairs. Looking to get busy on the inside is KHARKHUU. You can see how long it takes for the arms of MAWULI to unfurl. And in the meantime, that's a three-shot salvo, ended with a beautiful left hook to the body. MAWULI may have felt that he's backing off near his own red corner, and he's being put under more sustained pressure here from KHARKHUU, who senses that he may have his man going. MAWULI, despite being just 20 years of age, showing his experience, tying his man up, but he did so much to the chagrin of the referee. But these are difficult moments being endured by Emmanuel MAWULI, as another stab jab seeks to break him down to the body further. And I think that body work in the closing moments of the opening round has made it, or rubber stamped what was a good round for my money in favor of Enkh-amar KHARKHUU. This man had his moments, but I think the man in blue did the better work overall. Some of the action from the opening round. Darting right jab scored against the taller man from KHARKHUU. And that left hook to the body brought about a reaction in the end of the round. You see how he backed off immediately and stopped punching, and from that moment it was sustained pressure applied by KHARKHUU, varying his attack nicely to conclude the round. So there the scorecards, a clean sweep across the board for Enkh-amar KHARKHUU. So Emmanuel MAWULI, having conceded the opening round unanimously, has got to try and get himself back into contention here. He's not really found a range or any authority with his jab. He's flicking with it. Can it get the man's respect? Can he make it stiffer and straighter? There was an attempt that wasn't too far away behind the double jab. Can he find some consistency with it as well in terms of timing and distance? Because he hasn't found a home for it yet. It's serving as a range finder. It's serving as a potential blinding weapon. But he hasn't really put his man on the end of it and fed him a stiff lead left stick. So he's been spoken to repeatedly about holding, has MAWULI. Looking for the counter left hook on the inside. There's a right hand which disrupted his boxing stance. He's retreating toward the corner once again. And KHARKHUU beginning to assert his authority here now, trying to fight off the ropes, but confined in his own corner. He ties his man up, tries to push him off, but what are the odds that KHARKHUU's going to bob and weave his way straight back in? Operating as a southpaw boxer here now. Inaccurate with the double jab right cross is MAWULI. And he's just gone from the red corner to the neutral corner. A hard left hand comes slinging into the body. MAWULI ties his man up once again. Remember, he's been spoken to repeatedly about excessive holding, and he's going to have a point deducted. So difficult mission this now for Emmanuel MAWULI. And having picked up, or having seen that point deduction awarded against MAWULI, KHARKHUU has completely changed his tactics. It's almost as though he's entering bout management mode with 30 seconds remaining in this second round. Is he trying to draw the man in? Because he had MAWULI on the back foot for the majority of the contest, and when he worked downstairs to the body, it was a really impactful tactic. There he's looking for the body once again, but demonstrating his prowess is the 2016 Olympian. And MAWULI, who is 13 years his junior, simply not able to get to grips with the experienced man from Mongolia. And one suspects it's going to be a clean sweep of the cards returned in the second round in favor of Enkh-amar KHARKHUU. Some of the action from round number 2.
Seconds out. Your third and final round.
So as we move into the third and final round, Emmanuel MAWULI of the self-styled Ghana Black Bombers boxing team is trailing 20 points to 18 for all 5 of these scoring judges. And that shot just slung in there by Enkh-amar KHARKHUU, the left hook to the body, has served him really well. Now credit to MAWULI, because trailing 20 points to 18, he's beginning to let his hands go, pursuing his man. KHARKHUU was most effective when he got onto the front foot and pushed MAWULI backwards, but now he content to operate as the back foot boxer. That left hook and the reverse 1-2 just seemed to disrupt his boxing stance. Complaining about a low blow, and while he's in his own corner, a right hand came crashing over the top. So will KHARKHUU seek to revert to the front foot pressure that served him so well for the first round and a half? Only changed things really when a point was deducted from the card of MAWULI for excessive holding. So no doubt that KHARKHUU possesses the ability to box off the back foot in his locker, but he's inviting pressure here, and it's encouraging MAWULI. Now it's KHARKHUU's turn to go across the ropes and take up residence against the corner post. MAWULI pushes him off, looking for range. Backhand from KHARKHUU. Good left hook to the body from MAWULI. Left hook just going into rabbit punch territory. And I suggested it was a change of tactics. I just wonder whether KHARKHUU is feeling the pace here. Didn't seem to overexert himself, the 33-year-old, when piling up the points advantage in the first round and a half. He's been in bout management mode ever since the warning was issued. Quality work to the body from KHARKHUU. So MAWULI continuing to pursue his man. Content to cover up and bob and weave in the corner to avoid the incoming combination. Here's KHARKHUU. A little bit of a cameo with a cluster of punches after the 10-second clapper. And it will be the 2021 Asian champion, Enkh-amar KHARKHUU, who goes through to the round of 16. Probably via unanimous decision verdict, because he led 20 points to 18 for all 5 judges with 3 minutes of boxing remaining. And even though it was a better round from this man, it wasn't the 10-8 round that he needed. Don't doubt that he's taken it, because whether it was bout management mode or fatigue, just saw KHARKHUU go on the back foot and not really seek to engage Well, I think the man in red is taking the final round, but it wasn't by a 10-8 margin that he needed to bring about parity.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner, representing Mongolia, Enkh-amar KHARKHUU.
So Enkh-amar KHARKHUU conceding the final round for what? 4 of the 5 scoring judges. And there was that point deduction to take into account as well, assessed against Emmanuel MAWULI for excessive holding in the second round. But it's Enkh-amar KHARKHUU who goes through to the round of 16, where he will face off against Belarus's Dzianis. Some of the action from that opening round, from that contest we have just witnessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we now enter bout 212 in the elite men's under 57 kilogram featherweight division. Introducing first your referee from Croatia, Eduardo Gustin. Please welcome your first boxer into the red corner, representing Lesotho, Toka LITABE. And his opponents in the blue corner, representing Tajikistan, Khusravkhon, RAKHIMOV. Your judges are as follows: from Iraq, Spain, Zimbabwe, Azerbaijan and Cuba.
So into the boxing ring, over in the red corner is the sole representative of Lesotho, and that is 22-year-old Toka LITABE. His opponent in the blue corner is Tajikistan's Khusravkhon RAKHIMOV, the tournament number 2 seed.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. Action in the 57 kilogram featherweight division, the round of 32, and this is a contest between boxers from Lesotho and Tajikistan. The taller figure, wearing red, is Toka LITABE, 22 years of age, and the sole representative of Lesotho. The 2023 national champion at 54 kilograms. This one's being contested at 57. The man wearing blue is Khusravkhon RAKHIMOV, the tournament number 2 seed, part of a 13-strong Tajikistan boxing team. And he's the 2024 Asian under-22 bronze medalist at 57 kilograms. Counter right hand is a nice shot out of the southpaw stance from LITABE. So the tactics quite evident, because the figure of RAKHIMOV has got to try and get inside. the towering reach of the switch hitting Toka LITABE. Did so there on quick feet. Possesses that significant advantage in height and reach, but his punches do present an opportunity for RAKHIMOV to snake in between. Left-right combination. The top twinkle-toed movement from RAKHIMOV was a scoring salvo. There's the same move once again. It's a raiding attack, and it's brought about a standing count. The overhand right landing flush, and the referee intervening to issue an 8 count in the direction of Toka LITABE. So LITABE atop a wide-legged stance, just conceding height a little bit. There he takes another right hand over the top. And RAKHIMOV has found his distance very effectively indeed in this opening round. They're not too far away with a left-right combination once again. And LITABE, his punches coming back on a rather pendulous route. Sometimes a right hand coming back via the belt line. Now he's switched to southpaw once again. He's done that on a couple of occasions in this round. Sneaky right hand over the top, catches RAKHIMOV. So an 8 count issued in round number 1 against Toka LITABE. Had pockets of success, but no doubt about the winner of the round, and that will be the tournament number 2 seed. Used his feet very effectively, did RAKHIMOV, and this was the left-right combination which brought about the intervention of the referee for the standing count. Clean sweep of the cards, including 2 scores of 10-8 in favor of RAKHIMOV.
Round 2.
So moving to the second round then. Toka LITABE competed in the Mandela Cup. Oh, that's a cracking right hand, and it completely disrupts his boxing stance and balance, showing the referee that he's okay to continue, but his ankles rocked a little bit when he took that shot, and the referee has seen enough, much to Toka LITABE's frustration, but safety of the boxers absolutely paramount, and that right hand caused his ankles to flex a little bit after he absorbed a cracking right cross from Khusravkhon RAKHIMOV. So a very composed display by RAKHIMOV, the 2024 Asian Under-22 bronze medalist, cruising through to the round of 16, and that was the shot that brought about the stoppage. Wonderfully picked punch.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, referee calls stop the action during round 2. For your winner in the blue corner, representing Tajikistan, Khusravkhon RAKHIMOV.
So Khusravkhon RAKHIMOV, the tournament number 2 seed, goes through to the round of 16 after a very efficient outing indeed. And there, the tournament number 2 seed will face off against the man from Mongolia, Enkh-amar, and what a contest that promises to be between 2 talented operators.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we enter the 213th contest in the elite men's under 63.5 kilogram light welterweight division. Introducing first in the red corner, representing Papua New Guinea, John Ume. And his opponents in the blue corner, representing Tunisia, Firas TABII.
Well, if you're a fan of IBA boxing, this man is a familiar figure.
The judges for this contest.
That is John Ume, the 29-year-old from Papua New Guinea.
Introducing first the referee from Bosnia and Herzegovina,
Over
Tina
in that
Bolatan.
red corner.
Your judges from Iraq, Mohammed Al-Saidi. From Spain, from Serbia, from
His
Kyrgyzstan,
opponent
China.
is Firas TABII from Tunisia. He climbs the steps to make his way into his place of business.
Round one.
So we're underway then. Action from the men's 63.5 kilogram light welterweight division. It's a contest between boxers from Papua New Guinea and Tunisia. The compact figure wearing red is John Ume. Man who needs no introduction in the three-round format of elite IBA three-round boxing. Two-time Olympian at the Games of Paris last summer and the delayed Games of Tokyo 2021. Two-time Commonwealth Games participant in 2022 and 2018. As his opponent, the man wearing blue, Firas TABII, just spoken to about punching in correctly. So for all those tournaments I've just mentioned, for John Ume, had the privilege of being ringside to commentate on those. And this man from Papua New Guinea is a handful when he's at his best. But he's being kept on the end of a long jab there by his towering opponent. In addition to those appearances on the global and international scene in those multi-sport extravaganzas, he also took 2019 Pacific Games gold, did John Ume. There he looks for the left hook over the top, followed by a right hand. As TABII spoken to about celebrating his success in a fashion that's too exuberant. Nice head movement on the edge of range from Ume, marauding his way forwards, catching his man with a looping left hook as TABII was looking to disengage. But he's doing a good job keeping the movement going, is TABII. Content to operate near the ropes, and see, with the head up in the air like that, and the ropes limiting your movement options, Ume will feel that he can get close and try to check the chin, because there's literally nowhere else to go if your back's against the wall like that. That's an art in itself, of course, of boxing and slipping and sliding on the ropes. That's what TABII's attempting to do there as he spins back out to the space of center ring. That right hand straying around the rear for an illegal shot to the back. But Ume struggling to close the gap here. He's got to be careful that he doesn't follow his man around the boxing ring, because that's what he's doing right now. With TABII moving right, surely he's got to move left to cut him off and then look to unload his heavy leather. But you see, just simply cannot close the gap, and so surely he's got to maybe double up the attack. He's being touched repeatedly by these featherlight punches of Firas TABII. And there was the desperation in the work of John Ume in a bid to try and get close to his taller opponent. Well, it was a competitive round, but I just think that the man in blue got the better of it. Always a risky tactic to not really seek to push your opponent backwards. Made him miss repeatedly. That was the bull rush at the end of the round from John Ume, who was in the round. Just not sure he did enough to take the round. But remember, we'll be using the verdict to the 5 scoring judges. And it's TABII who has got it on a 3-2 split. Judges 1 and 5 preferring the work of Ume.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So we're moving to the second round then. John Ume, having conceded the first on a 3-2 split, has come out with renewed purpose to begin this second round, but he's still being met by the flicking longer punches of Firas TABII. So the onus is on Ume to try and do something different. There he's wrapped up as he tried to get close. Ume turning his back, which is against the rules, of course, after his balance was just inconvenient. Just touching him with shots is Firas TABII. Good right hand to the body from TABII, spinning out of his own corner. Covering an awful lot of ground up in the boxing ring, but he's doing a good job of keeping the movement going, is TABII. Oh my goodness, what on earth has just taken place there? John Ume, not heeding the referee's mantra of protect yourself at all times. He was bending over as the clinch was disengaged, and he was served up a 4-piece combination. And then TABII just engaging in a little bit of showboating to try and discourage John Ume further. But Ume keeping the pressure going and is getting closer now. There he lands with a clipping left hook, and the forearm's gone in. A mouthpiece has been dislodged after a chokehold was applied by John Ume. So Firas TABII will have that gum shield rinsed and reinserted. So halfway stage of the second round, and that was a really rather surprising interlude. And that, a timeout almost there. Took his time getting back to the corner, then had a little bit of a chat with his coach as Ume comes hard charging once again. Now he's got to come with more than a single phase of attack. He's quickened up his feet, he's picked up the pace. Looking rather disorganized on the ropes is Firas TABII, and we did mention he's clocked up an awful lot of mileage around the boxing ring. And the referee just speaking to TABII about punching incorrectly. So now TABII uncalls a nice right uppercut, but some of his punches of the flailing variety. But again, straying into rabbit punch territory around the rear of the head, and I wonder whether all of a sudden TABII is feeling the pace, because he's breathing through a mouth that's open. He's looking to wrap up his man over on the ropes. It's resulted in an untidy tumble to the canvas, and all of these can be clock-killing tactics. Now this is the mouthpiece out for the second time. The first time, the Tunisian corner took their sweet time rinsing and reinserting, had a bit of a chat thereafter, but White puts him in a little bit of a perilous position here now, because if that mouthpiece comes out one more time, I mean, no doubt that a point will be deducted. TABII looking busy to try and discourage the man. He ties him up once again and then tosses him through the ropes. I think he's walking a tightrope here, Firas TABII, and I think he's trying to look busy to discourage the man in red. And you see, for the incorrect punching, he's going to be docked a point, and he can't see it coming. So Firas TABII, I think he's going through a bit of a bad patch here in the closing stages of this round. Trying to con John Ume in many respects. He's looking busy, but I don't think there's any real purpose behind his movement. And this bell cannot come soon enough for Firas TABII to make it back to the blue corner and try and gain some respite. After a round that took an eternity to resolve, we had stoppages, we had boxes falling to the canvas, the mouthpiece of Firas TABII came out twice, then there was another stoppage, so a point could be deducted because he's punching incorrectly. I think the man in blue's got problems. Now, he may have edged that second round. I personally would give it to Ume, but he's had a point deducted for punching incorrectly. So that will be taken into account at the end of the contest in the event that we go to points. 3 minutes can be a long time if you're a fighter, if you're a boxer who's running low on energy. But there was another incident. Cluster of punches going in on an unprotected chin.
Seconds out. Your third and final round.
So there are the scores. Firas TABII edging the second round. So we have interesting scores. 2 scores tied up at 19 points apiece. 2 scores for Firas TABII, 2018. Oh my goodness! And we suggested that the man in blue was just going through a bit of a bad patch, and he has been sent to the canvas in heavy fashion. So the referee issuing a count. Firas TABII showing the referee that he is okay to continue, and in all of this the mouthpiece has been dislodged, and this is the 3rd time. So I think Firas TABII's problems are continuing here, because I think a point is going to be deducted. And you can see the manner in which his breathing has become labored, and there's a point deduction for the mouthpiece being dislodged, and now John Ume is going to have a point deducted for an illegal shot. My goodness, what drama, what sensation. And John Ume will feel, well, hold on a minute, he hit me on the break in the opening round, and Ume feels that he's got his man going here. It's an incident-filled 3rd and final round. And Firas TABII, again, looking to fashion a clinch. He's doing everything in his power from my perspective here ringside just to remain out of harm's way. Ties his man up once again. Ume desperate to get his hands free. And this is a dangerous line being walked by Firas TABII. Still not at the halfway stage of the round. Charging back in comes John Ume. Firas TABII on his bike once again, but he can only move or punch, but he can't do both. We've got a trace of blood on the shoulder of Firas TABII, and I'm struggling to see where that has come from. But Firas TABII is, oh my goodness, it's a cut to the left eye of John Ume, and it's been caused by an accidental clash of heads. So in the event that this injury causes the bout to be stopped, then we will be going to the scorecards, and the minute 22 of the 3rd round that is being contested will be scored. So this is bizarre. I'm not sure I've ever seen this, because Firas TABII has lost his mouthpiece. Now, how can the mouthpiece be lost unless it's been removed or spat out by the boxer? Because it certainly wasn't a punch that did it. And all of this is time for Firas TABII to recover. Now, I'm sorry, I think this is out of order and against the rules. Remember, he's already had a point deducted for the mouthpiece coming out on 3 occasions. The corner should have 2 mouthpieces available, but this is managing the clock and getting time to recover. And it's another point deduction for the mouthpiece, and that is it. He's been disqualified. And we said that the man was in real trouble for the manner in which he's conducting himself in the boxing ring, and so it has proved an incident-filled affair. And he is absolutely beside himself with frustration. But really, he and his corner, that's the thing about this sport of boxing. It promotes individual responsibility. And Firas Ume is absolutely overcome with emotion. But we said the mouthpiece came out on 3 occasions, resulting in a point deduction. He was docked a point for illegal punching. And then the mouthpiece, after an inspection of a cut from John Ume, the action was set to resume, and he said, I've not got my mouthpiece. So the referee, having no choice but to issue this warning once again for the mouthpiece coming out, and it's a DQ. And John Ume will be going through at the end of an absolutely incident-filled encounter. He's bitterly disappointed. One can understand it given how hard the boxers work to get to the global stage of the World Championships. But he and his corner are going to have plenty of reflection to think upon when they get back to the locker room and film review in days to come. You have to feel for the man, but we suggested from the middle of round number 2 that his energy levels were dissipating, and well, ultimately he's been DQ'd. Let's get the official verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, the bout was called to a halt in round number 3. For your winner by disqualification, representing Papua New Guinea, John Ume.
So John Ume, a disqualification winner over Firas TABII of Tunisia. A bout that was filled with incident, filled with drama and sensation. Firas TABII docked a point for round 2 for incorrect punching. Docked a point in round 3 because the mouthpiece came out on 3 occasions. John Ume was docked a point. Now, in round 3 for illegal punching and not listening to commands. And then, after John Ume's cut was inspected, Firas TABII said, well, I've not got my mouthpiece. And there ensued a search patrol looking around the boxing ring, trying to find the missing gum shield. And at that point, for another infringement of the mouthpiece not being in the mouth, the referee calling a disqualification. And well within her rights to do so, because the mouthpiece being spat out can be used to buy time for a fighter, for a boxer who is feeling the pace. What an incredible affair. It's John Ume who goes through to the round of 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we enter bout number 214 in an elite men's under 63.5 kilogram light welterweight division. Introducing first your referee from China, Guo Zhang. Please welcome firstly into the red corner representing the Philippines, Jerald Into. And his opponents in the blue corner representing Israel, Ahmad SHTIWI. Your judges as followed: Algeria, Turkmenistan, Cuba, Russia, and Moldova.
So Jerald Into, the 25-year-old from the Philippines, into the boxing ring ahead of this round of 32 encounter in the light welterweight division.
Round 1.
We're in the 63.5 kilogram light welterweight division. And this a round of 32 contest between two professional boxers competing here on the global stage of the IBA World Championships. The southpaw boxer wearing red is Jerald Into. Jerald the Peril Into, 25 years of age, part of a three-man Filipino boxing team. Just looking to find the range behind his southpaw right jab. His opponent, the orthodox boxer wearing blue, is 26-year-old Ahmad SHTIWI. He part of a four-strong Israeli boxing team, each man bringing expansive professional records to the boxing ring. Jerald Into with a 13-1 ledger. 10 of his 13 victories coming inside the distance for a 77% KO clip. Sole loss coming at the WBC Grand Prix in the round of 16. That tournament taking place in Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Good left cross to the body, scored by Into. Tucking up behind high-held gloves as he's trying to come forwards. Is the undefeated professional, Ahmad SHTIWI, 9-0 with 7 inside the distance for a 78% KO clip. Last contest was in March of last year, and this is his 4th consecutive appearance at a men's IBA World Boxing Championships, and ever present since Yekaterinburg 2019, Belgrade, Serbia, and Tashkent, Uzbekistan thereafter. First encountered him, not first encountered him, but encountered him during those run of international tournaments when I was ringside in Roseto degli Abruzzi for the 2021 European Under-22 Championships, where he boxed his way all the way to the gold medal bout, but couldn't make it to the ring, losing by walkover against Ireland's Dean Clancy. And where I first came across him was at the 2016 World Youth Championships in St. Petersburg in Russia, where I was ringside at the Sibra Arena to commentate on that tournament. And working his southpaw straight shots effectively for spinning out of the corner is Into. Looking to slow down the movement with a shot to the body is SHTIWI. I wonder whether SHTIWI will continue to target the torso of his long, lean opponent. A bit to try and slow down the movement. Beautiful left cross to the body behind the right jab, and that came in twice from Into. And he's measuring the distance very effectively behind his straight punches. SHTIWI trying to bob and weave his way inside. Competitive opening round of boxing. I happen to think that this man in the red corner did enough to take it, but what say the scoring judges? Some of the action from the opening round. The left cross, particularly to the body, was a really eye-catching shot. There you see SHTIWI getting busy to the body. He was in the round, but I don't think he did nearly enough to win the round. And in the closing stages, he's exquisitely picked straight punches, surely putting the outcome of the round beyond doubt. And there's confirmation, a clean sweep of the cards, all 5 scoring judges returning 10-9 verdicts.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So we move into the second round. Beautiful left cross from Jerald Into. And he's putting his punches together very well before spinning off the line counterclockwise. And he's controlling the distance beautifully behind these straight punches. Looking to bull rush his way forwards is SHTIWI, charging with the head. Illegal, of course, and picked up immediately by the referee. Been a very efficient display this from Jerald Into. Was content to operate near the ropes. SHTIWI not too far away with an attempted right hand, and that was a good left hook against the southpaw. Looking to get his own back with arcing shots rather than the straights, which have served him so well, is Jerald Into. Good left uppercut to the body turned underneath by the southpaw. But SHTIWI managing to unfurl hooks now. Shots of the bent arm variety being slung into both body and head. And the head of Into snake backwards. Can he get back to the long range punch picking that served him so well? Swing and a miss with the left hook out of the southpaw stance from Into. Oh, that's a clumping left hook landed by SHTIWI. So SHTIWI keeping the pressure on. And there's another left hook catching Into as he was looking to unfurl his own punch. And now he's being dragged into something of a dogfight here in this second round. And the calm, composed efficiency that served him so well in the opening 3 minutes, well, all of that is retreating rapidly into the distance. Because he's finding SHTIWI on his chest, continuing to look to walk him down and grind his way forwards. Each man exchanging body shots, willing his way forwards with another left hand over the top. Is SHTIWI. And for a man who controlled the distance so effectively in the opening round, well, he's finding it an altogether more challenging. Oh, that's a wonderful overhand left from SHTIWI once again, causing Into to bend like a piece of bamboo, but crucially didn't break. But look at the context and the territory in which this contest is now being fought. Complete change in this second round, because the front foot pressure of Ahmad SHTIWI is paying huge dividends. For the majority of the first round, he was kept on the end of straight punches, even when Jerald Into was near the ropes. But here, Into has found SHTIWI on his chest all the time as he continues to maraud his way forwards, looking for a home for that left hook, which he lands right on the bell. A magnificent response from Ahmad SHTIWI. And Jerald Into, that bell coming not a moment too soon. Remember, he's an experienced professional, and coming back to the 3-round format can be like dropping down from a marathon to a sprint. No such difficulties for Ahmad SHTIWI, and I think he has done enough to turn this one around. It was a terrific response in round number 2. Front foot pressure from bell to bell, and his left hook served him terrifically. What on earth befell Jerald Into there during the course of the second 3 minutes?
Seconds out. Round 3.
So we move into the third and final round, and that's a little bit of a tardy exit from the corner of Ahmad SHTIWI. And he's the one who wants to get back into the mix as quickly as possible to build upon the momentum that he shifted in his favor during that second round. So he's looking to control the pace behind straight punches once again. Another clumping left hand from SHTIWI. And again, he's just going from corner to corner now, is Jerald Into. Tries to fight his way out behind straight punches. But it's Ahmad SHTIWI who drives in a good right hand to the body. And Into continually looking to slow down the tempo in a bid to control matters, as he did in the opening round. But he conceded the second round on a 4-1 split. SHTIWI living in the man's chest once again in that burst of punches to the body. Well, I wondered whether Jerald Into was going to be given a standing count there, but instead it's SHTIWI who's spoken to about keeping his punches up. But these appear to be bad moments being endured by Jerald Into as he's rocked by a left hand to the head, then a left hand slung down to the body. And Jerald Into simply cannot keep the man at bay. Left hand once again is the more eye-catching shot as SHTIWI walking his way forwards. He was momentarily southpaw, keen to get back into his wheelhouse and let hurtful hooks go, both upstairs and downstairs. And it's another admonishment about keeping his punches up in the direction of SHTIWI. That's a clumping left hook which disrupts the southpaw stance of Into, and then the inside of the glove grazing the ear of Jerald Into from SHTIWI. He's doing his best to lower the tempo and indeed the temperature of this third and final round. There's another body shot he's slung in, left hook to the head. Into continuing to press out straight punches, but there is very little on them. And they are not discouraging the forward march of Ahmad SHTIWI in any way, shape or form. He's looking to get closer once again. Left hook, right hand, work to the body, and he's got Into pinned in the corner once again. 30 seconds remaining, and for the majority of this round he has gone from corner to corner in the boxing ring. Negative ring position being adopted by Into, and you can see the extent to which he's feeling the pace. Another body shot was around the belt line from Into, from SHTIWI, but credit to Into dealing with the fatigue as he's rock solid by a two-shot salvo once again. And look at Ahmad SHTIWI burrow away to the body to conclude the contest. A magnificent response from the man in blue in rounds 2 and 3. And Jerald Into acknowledging the support that he's receiving from a vocal pocket of supporters here at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Center. But I think he's lost that final round. But what say the scoring judges? Remember, we had 4 tied scorecards of 19 points apiece after Jerald Into took the first round after a beautiful display of boxing to take it unanimously. Then in the second round, the man in blue came storming back to take it 4-1. And he kept that momentum going in the final stanza. Sensational performance by Ahmad SHTIWI, and I think his dominant displays, for me dominant displays in round 2 and 3, are going to see him be declared a victor here. But how do the judges see it? Jerald Into celebrating. I think he's going to be bitterly disappointed when this verdict is announced.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by split decision. In the blue corner, representing Israel, Ahmad SHTIWI.
So, Ahmad SHTIWI, a split decision victor. And when you look at those scores, well, that means he has taken the final round to overturn the concession of round number 1 by unanimous verdict. A terrific performance by Ahmad SHTIWI, and he goes through to the round of 16 in the men's 63.5 kilogram light welterweight division.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, which was scheduled between IBA-PRO and IBA-PRO 2, has been declared a walkover. Jose Manuel Aguirre CRUZ of IBA-PRO will advance to the next stage of the competition. And on ring B, we enter the 216th contest in the elite men under 63.5 kilogram light welterweight division. Introducing firstly your referee inside the ring from Moldova, Valery Pastuhov. Please welcome firstly into the red corner representing Mongolia, Davadalai Altangarel. And his opponents in the blue corner representing Kazakhstan, Yertugan Zainulinov. Your referees, your judges are as follows: Russia, Algeria, Turkmenistan, Cuba and Iraq.
So there is the veteran figure of the 35-year-old Navadali Altangaral, preparing for his second bout of Dubai 2025. His opponent is a 27-year-old Yertugan Zainulinov of Kazakhstan. So Mr. Valery Pastuhov of Moldova, the third man in the ring, with the final instructions.
Round one.
So this is action in the 63.5 kilogram light welterweight division. We're at the round of 32. It's an all Central Asian affair between boxers from Kazakhstan and Mongolia. Boxer wearing blue, slightly taller man, is the tournament number 2 seed. That is Yertugan Zainulinov, 27 years of age, part of a 13-strong Kazakhstan boxing team. Earlier this summer, he competed in the global tournament in the World Boxing World Championships in Liverpool. Quarter-finalist at 65 kilograms, losing to the eventual gold medalist, Mr. Kudja Muradin Kajayev, at the quarter-final stage. His opponent, operating out of the orthodox stance, wearing red, is Davadalai Altangaral. Altangaral, 35 years of age, professional experience under his belt, and on the opening day, right here in Ring B, as he takes a good jab to the body, he produced a terrific victory to take it on a 4-1 split over Mitchell Lederman of Australia, where he adjusted at around the halfway stage of round number 2 to work the body, and that paid off handsomely. Gave Lederman a body count in round number 3 and eventually prevailed on a 4-1 split to progress here to the round of 32. But the man from Kazakhstan just applying pressure with his footwork to keep Altangaral near the ropes. Good work to the body from Zainulinov. Nice reverse 1-2 from Zainulinov. Pecking and poking in between the defenses before dropping the attack downstairs is Zainulinov. Wonderful accuracy from the tournament number 2 seed. Changing direction. And the movement that he's proffering as he gets through the spearing left-right combination penetrates the defenses of Altangaral, and a standing count has been issued by the referee. So gamely steps back into the breach and lands his best shot of the entire contest as Altangaral, a left hand, but then he's put on the end of another long, stiff, strong right cross to bring about the second 8 count of round number 1. So Altangaral keeping his composure. 10-second clapper has sounded here at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Center, and that is a dominant first 3 minutes of boxing for Yertugan Zainulinov. Altangaral composed over in that red corner, but he's got to come up with some type of adaptive strategy, because that accurate shot selection from Zainulinov just kept him on the edge of distance while it was within punching distance for the man from Kazakhstan. And it was the straight punches that forced the referee to intervene with a standing count, not once but twice in the opening round. Wonderful shot selection evidenced by Zainulinov. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some 10-8 scores. And indeed, it's a clean sweep of 10-8 scores.
Seconds out.
Yatugan Zainolinov.
Round 2.
So into the second round then. And Altan Garal, the Mongolian boxer wearing red, has got to try and do something different here. Because when he stands in this type of territory, the timing and variety is such from Zainolinov that he controlled matters pretty effectively and, dare I say, comfortably. There's a good jab from Altan Garal, but surely he needs more of that. For the shot over the top was Altan Garal. Nice movement in the pocket from Altan Garal, so he has made some adjustment, but he couldn't evade that right hand which came in there, and it drives him back towards the ropes. Oh, that's a cracking left hand to the body to finish the two-shot salvo, and these body shots are having an effect, dipping the knees of Altan Garal. He bravely bites down on the mouthpiece and wills his way forwards. Jolting left jab in between the high-held hands, and now he's being scored upon accurately and heavily to both head and body. There's another bolo shot slung into the body just above the belt line, and this is wonderful from Zainolinov as he's going through the gears here beyond the halfway stage of this second round. Nice right hand in response from Altan Garal, showing his competitive spirit and indeed his toughness, because he was scored upon rather heavily. Swing and a miss with the right hand is punished because the boxing stance of Altan Garal became disorganized. His leg came through, and while he was getting back to his orthodox stance, Zainolinov was on it in a flash. Counter right hand is a beautiful shot from Altan Garal. Going in search of his get back. Driving Altan Garal towards the ropes once again is Zainolinov. Nice defense off the ropes to move the head once again from Altan Garal. Looking for uppercuts now on the inside is Altan Garal. But again, he's finding himself near the ropes, near the corner. And now the straight punch is beginning to be unfurled, followed by a left hook from Zainolinov. Looking to maul his man back towards the ropes is Altan Garal, but the table's turned in a flash and he's pinned on the ropes once again, and backhands coming thundering in to snap the head back of the man from Mongolia. And it's the third standing count of the contest, produced by the accurate punch picking of Zainolinov. There's the bell to conclude the second round. My goodness. Well, Altan Garal responded like the competitor we know that he is, but going with him every step of the way. And he literally turned the tables in the closing stages of round number 2 to put his man on the ropes and then begin to work him over with accurate punches once again. Here are the straight shots that continue to pile up the points, and trust me, they are loaded with pop as well. And this, when trying to fight fire with fire, the precision of the pot shots from Zainolinov. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if more 10-8 scores are returned in that second round. Remember, it was a 10-8 with 10-8 verdicts across the board in the first round.
Seconds out.
Second round not perhaps as dominant as the first, but no doubt about the winner of that.
Your third and final round.
So 4 scorecards of 10-8 in the second round. And Zainolinov has come out rather purposefully to begin the third and final round. Good shots to the body of the straight variety from Zainolinov. Difficult mission this now, because he's pinged by another straight right cross is Altan Garal. All of his experience, his toughness and his commitment being put to the test here. He's demonstrated that he is plenty tough, Altan Garal. He's not really able to establish a foothold in this contest, and he's continually being picked off by the jab. So again, finding himself in the corner once more, and that's where the third 8 count of the round of the contest was administered at the end of the second. Altan Garal trying to box his way out of a crouch, but look at the accuracy of the two-fisted attack. Wonderful left hook to the body, turned it into a left hook to the head. And Altan Garal keen to hold on, because I think he felt that left hook to the body. He is one tough individual. Right hand not too far away from Altan Garal, as he's loading up on home run swings with that backhand now, but remaining defensively responsible, just shaking out those arms, because you can bet that more straight punches will be extended soon. And right on cue, there's a stiff left jab snapped into the face of Altan Garal. He responds with a jab to the body. Counter right hand not too far away from Altan Garal. But Zainolinov simply will not give this man any respite. More good work to the body. And that brings the hands down. The left hook caused the knees to dip. 30 seconds remaining. Altan Garal deserves to make it through to the final bell, but he's backing off because I think he's felt that body shot again. Another right hand disrupts the boxing stance, and Altan Garal, showing all of his experience, clinging on to the man as though he's engaging in a waltz. Closing seconds of this final round. Right hand not too far away from Zainolinov, and it has been a dominant display in the final 3 minutes. Counter right hand is a defiant shot from Altan Garal. And he has made it through to the final bell. But what a performance from the tournament number 2 seed, Yurtugan Zainolinov, with a really impressive display. Three standing counts issued in all, 2 in round number 1, 1 in round number 2. Let's get the official verdict. It should be a unanimous decision of the wide variety for the man in blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan, Yurtugan Zainolinov.
So, huge margins on the scorecards returned at the conclusion of that unanimous point decision victory for Yurtugan Zainolinov, taking all 3 rounds for all 5 scoring judges. And credit to Altan Garal of Mongolia for the conditioning and toughness and sheer custodness that he was able to demonstrate to stay in there until the final bell. Got himself a win on the opening day of the tournament to progress through to the round of 32. But it's the tournament number 2 seed, Yurtugan Zainolinov, who goes through to the round of 16 in the bottom of the draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we enter bout number 217 in the elite men's under 71 kilogram light middleweight division. Introducing first your referee from Uzbekistan, Uktam Bazarov. Please welcome firstly into the red corner, representing Azerbaijan, Sarkhan Aliyev. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Kenya, Boniface Mogunde Maina. Your judges are from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Iraq, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Kyrgyzstan and Zimbabwe.
So into the ring steps the 27-year-old from Azerbaijan, Sarkhan Aliyev. Familiar figure to IBA boxing fans. And his opponent in the blue corner is Boniface Magunde Maina.
Round one.
So we're in the 71 kilogram light middleweight division, and this a contest between boxers from Azerbaijan and Kenya. Two experienced operators going head to head here. The man wearing red, Sarkhan Aliyev, tournament number 7 seed, 27 years of age. And he was already experienced podium success at the World Championship level, taking a bronze in 2021 in Belgrade in Serbia. His opponent, wearing blue, Boniface Maina, 2022 African Championship bronze medalist. Also took All Africa Games gold a few years before that in 2019. And he too, experienced operator in his 3rd consecutive IBA Men's World Boxing Championships tournament, following the editions in Belgrade and Tashkent 2 years ago. Good left hand to the body in the form of a jab from Maina. Counter left hook was a scoring shot from Aliyev. So Aliyev wanting his man to stand and engage, but Maina using what he has within his own repertoire. But he's remaining out of range for the majority of this contest, and you can see the frustration etched onto the face of Aliyev, and the referee just having to intervene and say to Maina that he wants him to engage. Remember, this is boxing. So Maina has yet to find his range with any consistency. There's a right cross, which was a scoring shot from Maina. He's the taller of the two boxers. Consistently shooting out that jab to the body is Maina. Low held hands. A little bit of a fireman's lift demonstrated by Maina. Running in with a right hand and then slinging a left hook just before the bell is Sarkhan Aliyev. Cagey first round of boxing. Well, it's Aliyev who has taken it unanimously after a really cautious start to this 71 kilogram light middleweight bout.
seconds out. Round 2.
So we move into the second round. And will we see a change in tactics? After the man in red took the first round unanimously, Boniface Maina spent the majority of the contest beyond the punching range, and that's where he finds himself right now, looking threatening. Scoring shot at mid-range from Maina. Each man seeking to play counter-puncher right now. Both of them reluctant to lead off. Both of them firing big backhands at the same time. Feinting over the front foot continues, leaping in with a left hook. There's Aliyev, and it's rather untidy as the inaccuracy is not what either man wants it to be. As the accuracy is not what either man wants it to be. It's inaccurate through this passage of the second round. Right hand to the body, not too far away from Maina, who's getting over the front foot now and seeking to close the distance. So punching incorrectly with the inside of the glove. Oh, that's a cracking right hand from Aliyev, coming back with his own right hand and then looking for the left hook is Maina. Right hand not too far away from Maina. Aliyev inaccurate with the attempted right hook, and both men letting their hands go with bad intentions here, but neither of them particularly accurate. They came together at mid-range, and now Maina is getting onto the front foot, and there's a solid right hand, and again, twice in quick succession. Aliyev trying to ride the punches and turn away to take something off them, but these are scoring shots that were going in from Maina. There's another scoring right hand, and Aliyev, he was asking Maina to stand and trade with him. Maina is having some success by adopting an altogether more purposeful posture. Spent the majority of the opening round out of punching range. And the second round in the book. Some of the action from the second round, where it was an altogether more concerted effort to land effective offense by Maina after he conceded the opening round unanimously.
Seconds out. Round 3.
So a 4-1 split in favor of Aliyev in that second round. So the man in blue needs a massive final round, a knockout or several knockdowns to try and get himself back into the mix. So the mission for the man in blue is clear. He's got to try and take his man out of there. go against his counter-punching instincts. So Aliyev just keeping his composure. Doing a good job now maintaining a gap between himself and his opponent, so Maina has got to try and quicken his feet and close the gap. There he did get through with a good right hand, but he's got to keep that attack going. And there's another right cross which crashes through. Nice movement in the pocket, tucking up behind the Philly shell and then turning a clever uppercut underneath. Is Aliyev. But marching his way forwards and blasting away to the body is Maina. Remember, he needs a stoppage here now for my money, or a massive final round, but Aliyev showing good awareness and resistance to pull away from those punches and just cause them to go harmlessly over his shoulder. It's been a very clever display, this. Credit to Maina, he has not stopped coming, but I'm not quite sure what his tactics were in the first round when he was out of range for practically the majority, well, the entirety of it. So almost gave that one away. Did step on the gas in the second, but still lost it on a 4-1 split. Maybe a little unfortunate to not get a greater share of it. And he's really going for it here and now in the third and final round. But I think in Aliyev, he's got a customer who is too calm, too composed, and too competitive and tough. But look at this, he's standing and trading with him in the final seconds, as if to say, if you want to go, let's go. And Maina, well, he really did go for it in the third round, but I think it's a classic case of too little, too late. He faced a deficit for 4 of the 5 judges of 20 points to 18. He went for it in the third and final round. And so he's probably taken that one, because Aliyev, with the advantage of the 20 points to 18 scorecards for 4 of the 5 judges, just entered bout management mode. So a very composed display by Saeed Aliyev, and he will be going through to the round of 16. Excuse me, Sadkan Aliyev will be going through to the round of 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by split decision. In the red corner, representing Azerbaijan, Sadkan Aliyev.
So Sadkan Aliyev with a comfortable 4-1 split decision victory over the experienced figure Boniface Magunde Maina, and the 2021 World Championship bronze medalist remains in contention for another run to the podium. He progresses through to the round of 16 in the men's 71 kilogram light middleweight division.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we now enter the 218th contest in the elite men under 71 kilogram light middleweight division. Introducing first the referee from Zimbabwe, Stephen Masayambumbi. Introducing first into the red corner, representing Palestine, Abu Nasser Abdulrahman. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Latvia, Arturs Vaisla. Your judges as follows: Serbia, Cuba, Kazakhstan, China, and Croatia.
So there is the teenager from Palestine, Abdul Rahman. His opponent is Latvia's Arturs Vaisla. Also just 19 years of age here on this World Championship stage.
Round one.
So this is action in the 71 kilogram light middleweight division. Features two teenagers from Palestine and Latvia. The boxer wearing red is Abdul Rahman Abu Nasser. His opponent wearing blue is Arturs Vaisla, 2024 European Youth Championship bronze medalist. Earlier this year, he competed in the under-23 continental event in Budapest in Hungary. Competed on the global stage before in the World Boxing under-19 World Championships in Pueblo, Colorado last year. Here he is at the IBA World Boxing Championships, not for youths, not for juniors. Despite being just 19 years of age, he's competing in the elite senior event. Abdul Rahman Abu Nasser recently moving up to this new weight poundage, still growing of course as a teenage boxer. Just edging his man back towards the corner is Vaisla. Nice lead right hook, turned it over twice did Vaisla, and he's using his feet very effectively indeed to keep Abu Nasser pinned near the ropes, scoring upon him with accurate straight punches. And Abu Nasser has got to get his way out of here, because look at the limited movement options. It's as though he's fighting in an elevator. Absolutely nowhere to go. He finally got himself out of the corner into the space of the ring, but he's being driven back to another corner here in the boxing ring. And this is wonderful ringcraft being demonstrated by Vaisla. Ringcraft beyond his 19 years. Just electing to go onto the back foot to try and walk his man onto his work. A very good display this through the first 2 minutes of the round for Vaisla. Nice right hand landed by Abu Nasser. So he's presented different looks, and that's a sumptuous left hook to the body off the back foot. What a fantastic shot from Arturs Vaisla, and it has left Abdul Rahman Abu Nasser writhing on the canvas in pain, and the referee has stopped this one immediately. The mouthpiece came out, and this contest over in the opening round after a peach of a punch, a left hook to the body while spinning off the line. An absolutely fantastic shot from Arturs Vaisla to progress through to the round of 16 in the most impressive fashion. So the protocol, both boxers being sent to the correct corners, carried out by the referee. But what a beautiful round of boxing demonstrated by Arturs Weissler during the course of just less than 3 minutes of boxing. He showed his front foot pressure, keeping Abu Nasser pinned in the corner for a good portion of the round. Then he elected to go on the back foot and try to lure Abu Nasser in. And then from the space of center ring, leaned over to his left, reached down and just sunk in a left hook to the body. And those shots can have a debilitating effect. Abdulrahman Abu Nasser sent to the floor, writhing on the canvas in agony, and he stopped in the opening round.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, referee calls a stop to the contest due to an injury in round number 1. For your winner in the blue corner from Latvia, Arturs Weissler.
So, Arturs Weissler, a very impressive display. Referee stopping the contest after a terrific body shot. Sent Abdulrahman Abu Nasser to the canvas. And it's Weissler who goes through to the round of 16. There he will face off against Sarkhan Aliyev, the tournament number 7 seed. Well, let's take a look at some of the action from this opening round. This is when Weissler was on the front foot and just looking to keep his man to the ropes. Excuse me, this is the finish. And it was that left hook to the body. And look at the mouthpiece spat out. Real distress experienced and endured by Abu Nasser. And that was the shot, the delayed reaction. The contest coming to an end in the opening round at the conclusion of a very good display filled with variety and ringcraft from Weissler, and the finish was sensational. Credit to Abdulrahman Abu Nasser. Tournament number 5 seed competed spiritedly, but taken out in the opening round.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we enter the 219th contest in the elite men's under 71 kilogram light middleweight division. Introducing first the referee from Algeria, Besmi Mohamed. Please welcome firstly into the red corner representing Belarus, Alexander Radionov. And his opponent in the blue corner representing IBN Turkey, Murat Aydemir. Your judges as follows: Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Uzbekistan, Spain, Kazakhstan, Croatia. Round one.
We're in the 71 kilogram light middleweight division, and this is a contest between boxers from Belarus and Turkey, IBN Turkey. So the man wearing red, who just got through with a lancing left jab to the body, is Alexander Radzionov, part of a five-man Belarusian boxing team. Competed in the World Championships a couple of years ago and in the delayed Olympic Games in Tokyo in 2021. He was a contestant in that tournament as well, losing to the eventual silver medalist Pat McCormack. The second preliminary round, his opponent is Murat Aydemir, part of a five-strong IBN Turkey boxing team. You can see that he's got a considerable height and reach advantage, or disadvantage, to try and overcome. Hands down to try and lure his man in and land him and bring him onto something. But he's being edged back towards the corner here to limit his own movement options. Competed in the Istanbul Championships last month, did Aydemir. In addition to his appearances in global competition, Radzionov is a European bronze medalist, under 22 youth and junior levels. There's a good right hand from Radzionov, and that disrupted the boxing stance of Aydemir briefly, but he appears to have his legs back beneath him now as he takes another flicking jab, and he's just spending so much time on the perimeter of the ring, practically going from corner to corner. Radzionov just growing in confidence. Good right hand to the body, and that brings the hand, and that's a thunderous left hook that disrupts the boxing stance and dips the knees of Murat Aydemir. And the referee taking a close look. He's got his hands up, showing the referee that he's okay, but he's got practically a minute to make it to the end of the round. Now Radzionov, how will he look to go about his work here, because he appears to be the governor up there in the boxing ring. Big swing and a miss with an overhand right. And Radzionov in complete control. Won't want to get greedy or reckless. But he's not offering very much in the way of resistance. And he's been backed into a corner once again. He's gone from the neutral corner on one side of the ring to his own blue corner on this near side of the ring to our commentary position. And there's another right hand over the top that brings about a standing count. Aydemir saying to the ref that he's okay, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one is waved off here and now. No, he's happy for it to continue, but he really hasn't shown much in the way of resistance or competitiveness, Murat Aydemir. And Alexander Radzionov in complete control over the course of that opening round. Remember, won't necessarily be a result of it, won't necessarily be a 10-8 count, 10-8 round as a result of the count, but I think the dominance was such. I wouldn't be surprised to see 10-8 verdicts returned in favor of Radzionov. Here's confirmation of 10-8 verdicts across the board in favor of the man from Belarus.
Second zone. Round two.
So we move into the second round, and Murat Aydemir given 2 8 counts in the opening round, and he's got to come up with some type of alternative and adaptive strategy here now, because he spent the majority of the first round on the back foot, near the ropes, near the corners, and wasn't able to inconvenience or trouble Alexander Radzionov over the course of the first 3 minutes. Double right hand attempted, uppercut, then overhand from Aydemir, but inaccurate with his attempt. Flicking left jab to the body seemed to bring about a bit of a response, and Radzionov going in search of the treble jab overhand right. He looked to bring those high held hands down by using the left jab, and that right hand is affecting Aydemir. Third count of the contest. I suggested last time the ref would be well within his rights to wave it off, and I think that's what's going to happen here. So, a very efficient display indeed, produced by Alexander Radzianov. Controlling it right from the opening bell, producing 2 8 counts in the opening round, followed by an 8 count in the second. And then at that point, the referee deciding to wave it off. Alexander Radzianov barnstorming his way through to the round of 16, where he will face off against the talented southpaw Arturs Vaisla of Latvia. Let's get the official conclusion, excuse me, the official verdict after the conclusion of that contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, referee calls to stop the contest for your winner in the red corner, representing Belarus, Alexander Radzianov.
So Alexander Radzianov, stoppage victor in round number 2 over Murat Aydemir of Turkey. A very composed, efficient display indeed. And it's through to the round of 16 he goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we enter the 220th contest in the elite men's under 71 kilogram light middleweight division. Introducing firstly into the ring, the referee from Serbia, Jovana Agranovic. Please welcome firstly into the red corner, representing Armenia, Ararat Harutyunyan. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan, Abulakhan Yusupov. Your judges from Zimbabwe, Cuba, Kyrgyzstan, Bosnia and Herzegovina.
So there is the 24-year-old Ararat Harutyunyan of Armenia, preparing for his second bout of Dubai 2025. His opponent is a 28-year-old familiar figure of Abulakhan Yusupov.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. Final bout of session 8B here at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Centre. It's a contest in the 71 kilogram light middleweight division between two experienced operators. The southpaw wearing blue is the tournament number 2 seed, and that is the familiar figure of Abulakhan Yusupov, the reigning Asian champion, taking gold at the 2024 event at 71 kilograms in the edition in Thailand. Welterweight silvers 2017 and 2021 on the continental stage, and on the global stage, 3-time World Championship bronze medalist at welterweight in 2017, 19 and 21. Prolific youth success all the way through. His opponent, wearing red, looking to maraud his way forward, is Ararat Harut-Yunyan. 24 years of age, each of these men from full strength, 13 strong squad. Harut-Yunyan just trying to get his way inside the longer southpaw right jab. He too has enjoyed fantastic continental success. European bronze medalist at 67 kilograms in Belgrade last year. And on the first day here, it was a unanimous point decision victor over Alfino Cesar of Indonesia, giving out 2 8 counts in rounds 2 and 3 with patient, effective punch picking, particularly his hooks and uppercuts. So will he be able to unload those here? Bobs and weaves his way inside before being tied up by Jasupov. Check right hand attempted by Jasupov. Orthodox and southpaw coming together forcefully. Left hand lead, just threatened to sneak in between the gloves of Harut-Yunyan. The heads bang against one another at close range. Harut-Yunyan, Ararat Harut-Yunyan spoken to about his responsibility to keep his head up. Good work off the back foot from Jasupov, but then a good shot slung in by Harut-Yunyan. Legs getting tangled on the inside, and it's becoming increasingly physical. One gets the sense that this is where Harut-Yunyan wants it, so he can blast away to the body against his slightly taller opponent. Wonderful 1-2 from a right jab and left cross from Jasupov. Managing to maintain a bit of a gap between himself and his opponent in the closing stages of the opening round. Using the space of the boxing ring very well indeed, and I think it is Jasupov who will have done enough to take that round. Ararat Harut-Yunyan always seeking to press the action. And he did have his pockets of success. I just don't think he had as much success as the man in blue. Some of the action from the first. The orthodox and southpaw were coming together on the inside. There's an illustration of the infighting from Harut-Yunyan, but at this type of distance, the sticking and moving was Jasupov who got the better of it.
Seconds out.
So clean sweep of the cards for Khan Jasupov in that first round.
Round 2.
So moving to the second round, Ararat Harut-Yunyan has come out aggressively after conceding the first round unanimously, and he scored beautifully to the body, but look at the response from Jasupov as he seeks to get busy to the body as well, and he's content to stand toe-to-toe. Lands a good right hook out of the southpaw stance. Not concerned as he spears home a left cross, but not concerned about facing off against Harut-Yunyan in his preferred territory. Good work to the body from Jasupov. Overhand right was a swing and a miss from Harut-Yunyan. Coming back with a left hook out of the southpaw stance was Jasupov. There's a left cross penetrating the high hug gloves of Harut-Yunyan once again. Keeping his composure wonderfully in the face of this pressure that Harut-Yunyan is seeking to apply. Because he's an effective come-forward boxer, is Harut-Yunyan. Keeping the movement going, no change in expression, and landing point-scoring punches, particularly from of the straight variety. Here's Jasupov. He's proving very difficult to catch for Kharkhuu. Jasupov just stealing a glance to his corner to take on board more instruction. Check right hand is a beautiful punch, and then moving away clockwise to his left to avoid the overhand right slung in by Kharkhuu. Left cross through the defenses on the resumption from Jasupov. And this is a beautiful display of back foot boxing because he's not running, but he's keeping the movement going, changing direction frequently. And Kharkhuu, look at what the price he's got to pay to try and get inside. Right-left combination followed by another jab snapped into his face. Oh, what a left hand! In between the high-held gloves of Ararat Kharkhuu. His feet went beneath him, tottered backwards, and down to the canvas he went. 30 seconds remaining in this second round. And the back foot punch picking of Ablekan Jasupov has been exquisite. And that is going to give Kharkhuu pause for thought here now, because he's been seeking to get over the front foot. And there's another left hook which disrupts his boxing stance once again. This has been a brilliant display of back foot boxing, sticking and moving from Ablekan Jasupov before making the man miss just before the bell. What a conclusion to the round for the tournament number 2 seed. So just keeping that core temperature down with the shower that's coming from that saturated towel. But here's an example of the movement and the composure on the ropes, not to mention the precision of the punches. And there was the left cross. My goodness, how sweet was that? Moving backwards, measuring his man, and turning the left crossover in between the glove defenses of Ararat Kharkhuu.
Seconds out. Your third and final round.
So we move into the third and final round. And Ararat Kharkhuu has only conceded, I say only, he's conceded both of the 2 rounds that have been boxed, but only by a 10-9 margin, despite being put on the floor by a wonderful left cross. So if he can produce a big final round, he can get it back to parity. But the more we've gone through the contest, Jasupov has just turned the screw. There you see the heads coming together between the orthodox and southpaw boxer, and given the control that he's asserted, Jasupov won't want to pick up an injury from an accidental head clash. Kharkhuu with a good right hand in between his gloves. Backing the man up with a wicked combination through the gloves, and Kharkhuu saying that he's okay, but he was being pieced up by the precise punch picking of Ablekan Jasupov, the second count of the contest after being decked in round number 2. And it's not quite. And he's so patient, is Jasupov. Good left cross, or good left hand landed by Kharkhuu. Jasupov has turned the tables. Kharkhuu, if he stays stationary like that, well, that's food and drink to Jasupov, who's elected to get up on his toes. Now, it was in this type of posture, remember, from which he uncoiled the left cross, which he just attempted there, that decked Kharkhuu in the second round. More accuracy in between the gloves of Kharkhuu once again, who's reduced to chasing shadows here at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Center. It's been a very impressive display. Kharkhuu has got 40 seconds to find the punch of a lifetime here. Double left cross again, and it's stopping Harut in his tracks. This is pinpoint precision being exhibited by Yusupov. Continuing his advance in search of the finishing salvo is Ararat Harut, but there's the 10-second clapper. Harut, the way we're scored upon, is not thankful to make it through to the opening bell, but it really put paid to his ambitions, and a very impressive performance indeed of patience, composure, and laser-like precision from Ablaikhan Yusupov to take him through to the round of 16 in no uncertain terms. A knockdown in round number 2, an 8 count in the 3rd round. Clear illustration of the supremacy he was able to demonstrate over the course of the 3 3-minute rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner from Kazakhstan, Abdulkhan Yusupov.
So Ablaikhan Yusupov, a unanimous point decision victor with a very impressive performance indeed at the expense of Ararat Harut, the 2024 European Championship bronze medalist at 67 kilograms, eliminated in the round of 32 after opening this tournament with a victory in the round of 64. But the tournament number 2 seed, Yusupov, with a very impressive display. Dropped his man in the 2nd round with a left cross, and then put the combinations together in the 3rd round to bring about a 2nd 8 count, much to the frustration of Harut. But he was being scored upon at a hearty clip by Yusupov. And he will go through to the round of 16, where he'll face off against Alexander Radzionov of Belarus. And that promises to be a contest between 2 skillful operators in the round of 16. So that wraps up the proceedings here for session 8B. 220 bouts in the book here at this 23rd edition of the IBA Men's World Boxing Championships. We will leave you with the results of this 12th session of boxing, and it just remains for me, Ronald McIntosh, on behalf of the entire team here in Dubai, to say thank you for staying with us, and make sure you join us again for sessions 9 and 10 from both rings A and B. We get on the air at 5 p.m. local time, so we'll see you again very soon. Thanks for staying with us, and join us tomorrow. Bye for now.
هذول حكام يحلفون مين الحمار اللي مكلم رجل الحصان؟ انا عارف. مين خلاص حط عليه. مين اللي بنعرف؟ ما بغير الخنزير. كل حصان حصان على اعوذ بالله. والله العظيم. شايف البنت اللي احسن من 10. احسن من 10 مع بعض. اي والله. بنت كويس. بدي اجرب.